always careful, Ezra. I'm a very, very careful lady. Thank you for the goodies. Lovely. Yum, 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 yum. I couldn't look on yesterday for reasons. So, yeah. I have to go through everything. No problem. Once your help in deciding the festival's menu, you think it must include dumplings. I like dumplings. Furnace store, give me my goods. Thank you. Thank you. It's gonna be May 1st soon, guys. Come on. Yum, 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 yum. Thank you. Let me clean that. There we go. Beautiful. Drew this. Jazz on the clock. Da da da. We're gonna go straight back into Showdown in Chinatown. Woo! Woo 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 woo! People generally prefer to maintain their distance before promises are made. Okay, let's get straight to it. We're on part 5, which is Other Side, Same Coin. Hello, hello. We're in the hospital still.
I read an article about the conflicts between Miss Qixing and the other 2 producers of the CO7 series. Before, I thought it was only rumors. But now, thinking over what she said, what if it's true? What am I saying? It's ridiculous.
Then stop pouting over it, Princess. We've got work to do.
We do. The hallway of the Laplace Rehabilitation Center Cooperative Hospital is bustling with people. Lost in force, Liang is jottled back to reality by a firm clap on the back.
You want to bet on how many people in LA have similar arcane skills? Come on, it's a total coincidence.
Sure.
You don't really think they're the same person, do you? That'd be nuts.
The coincidence is there for their arcane abilities, though, so some investigation would be good.
I mean, it's the Detective CO7 we're talking about. Sure, she's been retired from acting for a while, but she's like super famous. If she was gonna go all kooky and start taking out crooks like she was the real CO7, why wait all this time? It's been years since her last movie, and we're only just dealing with this Nightpiercer guy now. Besides, it's not like it's a crazy, unusual type of arcane skill. Who knows? Maybe this Nightpiercer guy is a fan of Detective CO7's
That is true.
films
That is
too.
an occurrence that does happen
Can't
in real
rule out
life.
anything yet.
People do get influenced by the things they watch. It has happened in real life.
Hey, you okay in there? Did I knock the wind out of you?
It's okay. I'm fine.
She just wasn't expecting it. Liang shakes her head. Poitier, still bewildered and perhaps feeling a little guilty, insists that she didn't mean to hit her so hard. Not that it matters, at least the sun smack did the trick in pulling Liang out of her spiraling thoughts. Neither the test results nor the suspect's family has arrived yet. Liang makes her way to the vending machine at the far end of the hallway with the coins Poitier dropped in her hands as a half-hearted apology, and buys herself an orange juice. Ugh. If it was apple, yeah, orange, that's second-rated. But that absurd thought, that ridiculous guess from earlier, still refused to leave her mind. It's a sensible
Forget
thought
it.
to have.
Just like you said, it doesn't make any sense.
It kinda does, though. All attempts to push the thoughts from her mind are failing. That is until a frantic voice cuts through the air.
But you're injured, ma'am. You can't just leave.
Oh?
I'm totally fine. It's just a tiny smidge of damage. I can fix it myself.
No!
You call a broken arm a smidge. Need to let us treat it immediately. What's going on here?
The doctor recognizes her uniform immediately.
Are you a vigil? Could you help me stop this girl? She's trying to leave with a broken arm. She was in an accident. But since she's woken up, she's refused to let us examine anything. She might not be our normal kind of patient, but we're doctors. We can't let someone leave when they need immediate medical attention.
That's alright,
A vigil? I'm in a hurry now. I'm gonna miss my bus.
Beneath the girl's clothing, the exposed skin has a cold metallic sheen. That must be what the doctor meant by not our normal kind of patient. Liang notices the emblem on her chest, making her as an employee of the St. Pavlov Foundation. How odd that she'd have such a panicked reaction at the sight of a vigil.
There'll be another bus, but you only have one buddy. You should listen to the doctor. Sit down and wait until you're cleared to leave.
There'll be another bus, probably not to the place she needs to go to.
Please show us your ID so that the doctor can give you treatment.
For a few stiff seconds, the girl's mechanical head freezes in place. Then, a movement almost too fast to follow, it snaps up.
Look! A hamster riding a stethoscope!
A hamster what?
Confusion! Mechanical girl uses confusion. The bizarreness of these words leaves Liang no choice but to glance in the pointed direction. Confusion was very effective against Liang. Only to confirm, of course, that there is no hamster nor stethoscope in sight.
Now! Hey, wait!
The Pokemon ran off. See? Confusion. It's a great move to have. Let's go batshit crazy. Okay.
I can hear the cheering.
It's my darling. Mwah. Let's get you on here.
Let's kill time together.
Be mindful of passerbys and avoid attacking patients. Why are you chasing me? The hamster's over that way. I need you to cooperate. Stop right there. Oh, officer, watch out. Don't run through the corridor like that. You almost knocked me out. Sorry, ma'am. I need to be more careful. Keep my arms and legs in check. Avoid hitting civilians. Stay clear of all this equipment. Okay, so this guy, he's a civilian? Patient. Okay, we can't hit him. Panic Foundation staff. We need to hit her, though. So, we can't use... Mass debuff we can use, but we can't use these two. Okay, that's fine.
Good timing. Wear gloves. Penetrate. Get out of here.
The show must go on.
Hey, don't hit us. I'm just doing my job, bitch.
What should I sing?
Sterilize. Penetrate.
Don't let go.
Ha! Huh? It's already over?
Yeah. I didn't expect much.
Watch out!
Sorry.
Sorry, I'm after a...
The hospital's narrow hallways are hardly suitable for a chase, and Liang quickly finds her path blocked by a supply cart. By the time she's made it past, the mechanical-headed girl has disappeared. Her metal chameleon communication device issued by the Division of Arcane Affairs gives off its distinctive charm.
Hey, Rookie, where did you go? Get back here. The medical report is ready, and Mr. Wong's family just arrived.
Understood. How's Mr. Wong doing?
There's a long pause on the other end of the line.
It's not pretty.
Oh, shit. The ward. You good, dude? Mr. Wong is lying unconscious on the hospital bed, looking haggard. His breathing is labored and raspy, like wind rattling through a hollowed-out log.
How? What happened to him? He seems completely normal this morning.
It was possessed by something. Her legs go weak. Were it not for the man supporting her, she might have collapsed entirely.
Please relax, Miss Wong. We have to wait and see what the doctor says.
You again.
Poitier instantly recognized him, one of the Division of Arcane Affairs' least welcome and regular visitors.
Right. You're the local arcane private eye, aren't you, Joe? Are you commissioned by the victim?
What?
The man's eyes widened in surprise before shooting Poitier a venomous glare.
Unlike some taxi leeches out there, I actually help people in need. I don't charge a fee when it comes to my neighbors.
Sorry.
He clearly has no interest in arguing at a time like this. He lets out a cold snort and turns to the doctor with questioning look.
Miss Liang has cleared the unknown arcane skill that was afflicting him. His physical condition is stable, but I fear there may be some long-term effects on his mind. He seems to be suffering from a severe thought and memory disorder. It would be best to keep him asleep.
Oh no.
Doctor, when will he wake up? Can I speak to him?
For now, we suggest against it. It may cause him additional distress to see someone familiar to him. We fear there might be memory loss.
Oh, shit.
What? How? What should I do now? With this mother gone, I can't take any more of this.
Madam,
The woman looks as though all the strength has been drained from her body. She slumps into a nearby chair. Liang opens her mouth to offer comfort, but can't seem to find the right words. Xiao's gaze sweeps past Poitier before settling on Liang.
So, who's a little Chinese kid? Did the DAA give you a sidekick to do your job for you? Forget it, lah. Listen, if you are not going to do your best to help these people, then it's better you just stay out of my way.
Okay, dude, don't need to be so thingy. Liang looks to Poitier with a questioning gaze. Poitier shakes her head and sighs, gesturing for her to come closer before handing over the hospital's diagnosis.
When they first brought him in, there were remnants of the arcanum riddled through his body. It might have gone a long way to proving he wasn't in control of himself, but I guess anything definitive has already faded away. The doctors couldn't isolate a cause. Worst case scenario, they might not believe us and have this poor guy shoved off to the funny farm.
Liang clenches her fists and looks towards the woman curled up in the hospital chair, quietly sobbing. She looks so small against the oversized seat. Finally, Liang steps forward and crouches beside the chair. After a brief hesitation, she reaches out and places a hand over the woman's. Xiao looks surprised.
Madam, please. You need to stay strong for your husband. They've brought in some of the best doctors from the Laplace Rehab Center. If there is anyone that can help him, it'll be them.
In a way, it is a promise with no real guarantee, a statement that could almost be considered a lie. But even lies have value when a person needs to hear them. The woman hastily wipes her tear-streaked face and lifts her head.
He said that he was going to buy produce from the wholesalers. But I couldn't reach him. And then the police called. My husband is a good man. Everyone knows that. He will never do something like this. Please, miss. You have to help us.
Oh, sweet. The woman grasps Liang's hand tightly in hers, her fingers trembling. Her hands are gentle yet rough, etched with years of hard work, the kind of hands earned through long days and nights of striving for a better life. Oh. Fucking hell. Oh. In her palm, she can feel the woman's desperate, burning warmth. It is so hot. She feels it could scorch her. Liang takes a deep breath.
You can rely on us, ma'am. We'll find out the truth behind this. I promise you.
She gives the woman's hand a firm, reassuring squeeze.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You are our only hope. Please.
Sometimes a lie can become the truth, or it takes someone willing to make it so. Okay, mate, fuck off. Dude, fuck off. Door to the ward is shut behind them. After a moment of silence, Poitier tilts her head.
Rookie mistake, Princess. Never make a promise about something you don't get to decide on.
I'm sorry, Miss Poitier, but I only mean...
Hold it. I didn't say we weren't gonna do our best.
Ooh. The words she was about to say no longer serve any purpose. Instead, why is my YouTube fucking up? My YouTube is fucking up, god damn it. Instead, Liang does something Poitier has never seen her do before. She smiles.
Thank you, ma'am.
No.
Not so fast. We still need some solid evidence if we're gonna crack this case.
But where to begin? It seems like there were no obvious clues beyond what we were seeing. Mr. Wong had no enemies and was well loved in his community. If that's the case, then it can't be a simple motivation. Still, something sticks out to me. When I ask about any recent events or happenings, it wasn't Mrs. Wong that answered. It was...
Poitier already knows where this is going.
Joe, our private eye with a chip on his shoulder against the DAA.
Yes. He mentioned that there have been strange things going on around LA's Chinatown recently. According to my notes, he mentioned there were children that suddenly became distant and unresponsive, young men that began showing signs of memory loss, and an otherwise healthy elder that rapidly developed signs of dementia, absent-mindedness, empty despondence towards family and friends, memory loss. It all sounds very familiar to Mr. Wong's condition. But no one thought to bring the matter to the police. I also spoke with the nurses here. They said they've also noticed an increase in patients from Chinatown complaining of confusion and memory loss.
So something's going down around Chinatown. Something's spreading, it seems like.
I guess once again, no one thought it was serious enough for our attention.
Poitier's expression darkens.
Well, what you thinking, Cadet? Are all these cases related?
They're all suffering from the same sort of symptoms, so we're gonna have to treat it like they are all related. Because they are all having like these same sort of effects. Although our guy, Mr. Wong, was very, very aggressive. That was his main thing that happened. But now, of course, his mind has been deeply affected by what took over him. So,
If it's as widespread as you're making it out to be, we might be in over our heads.
There's definitely something going on
Even
though.
so, I think we can't overlook it as a possibility. Arcane skills that directly affect the mind are rare, but they do exist. I've read of similar cases in the Vigil's archive. One of them, as I recall, had very similar symptoms to what we're seeing here.
Liang's brow furrows.
However, if there were some criminal intention behind all of these symptoms, what could it be? Or could it be an accident? Maybe a child with a powerful arcane skill who can't control it. Or some unregulated and dangerous arcane objects. We can't draw any conclusions without more evidence.
The two officers look troubled. Then, as if something has clicked in their minds, Poitier's face lights up.
Arcane objects. Isn't there a department in the Foundation that stores and records dangerous arcane materials?
There is.
Yes, at the headquarters of the Foundation. And its official name is... the Arcanum Containment Department.
Voilà. Je crois que je suis arrivée.
Hello, Matilda, darling. I haven't seen you in a while.
C'est bien plus lumineux et spacieux que je ne l'avais imaginé.
We're gonna see Matilda, thank God. Hell yeah. I love Matilda. She's wacky and I love it. I love Matilda for a little wacky moments. I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Love it. You guys are unfortunately going to be hearing a bell. If you guys hear the bell right now, it's the church bell. This is like the only time that I can record the rest of this video, so we're gonna have to just wing it, guys. We're just gonna have to wing it. Look at all this goodies we're getting. Ooh, la la la. I'm quite low energy as well today because it's, for anyone who's not aware, it's quite hot in the UK at the moment. And I am one of the people suffering.
Welcome to
I'm
the
not happy about that.
Arcanum Containment Department.
Ooh, what? Ooh.
Wow, another worshiper.
And I think that was everybody. Miss Radio.
Welcome, my good friend.
Yeah, my good friend. There we go. Okay, we go over our little things. We go over our little fancy stuff. We're going to continue Showdown in Chinatown. I'm quite low energy today, so I may not be as upbeat as I was in the first part of this video. Oh, if I had my way, I would have my fan on, but the fan creates even more noise, so I'm just gonna stay here and just slowly, like, ugh. Part 2. I mean, part 6. Secret Warrant. Matilda.
Des armoires et encore des armoires.
Let's put the volume up to make up for my low energy.
Qui est responsable ici? J'avais l'impression que c'était un département important, non? Où est la sécurité?
Oh, I don't know. Probably outside. The ever-curious Matilda weaves her way through the rows of filing cabinets. She has read about this department in books detailing the Foundation's history.
Le département contient tous les objets connus qui ont produit des phénomènes dangereux ou mystérieux liés à l'arcane. Certains disent même qu'il contient chaque mystère arcanique résolu et non résolu, jamais enregistré. Et bien sûr, le plus grand mystère de tous les temps, la tempête, les défie toujours. Comme c'est le cas pour nous tous, il semble que chaque département sont désormais tournés vers l'étude de la tempête. Il y a peu de temps pour ces énigmes plus triviales.
Her footsteps echo through the empty department, and the odd sense that she's being watched settles over her. Silence can be comforting, but it can also be unsettling, a breeding ground for loneliness, dredging up long buried unease.
Je me demande comment va maman. Madame Z a dit qu'elle la surveillerait, mais toujours pas de nouvelles.
Mama. Oh, yeah. She actually knows her parents. She finds herself pausing, her gaze lowering to the ground, but only for a moment.
Non, ressaisis-toi, Mathilda Boaniche. C'est ta maman, la plus grande mère de tous les temps. Qu'est-ce qui pourrait bien avoir mal tourné?
With renewed confidence, she picks up her pace, her pale ponytail bouncing behind her.
Maintenant, sa fille la plus remarquable est en train d'accomplir une mission importante pour la Fondation. Contrairement à certains autres qui ont consacré leur temps précieux à des vacances au nom de réveiller les jeux d'Uluru.
I love how her eyes go, like, that facial expression is so fucking cute on her.
On espère tout de même qu'ils réussiront à rendre ces jeux aussi grandioses et sublimes qu'ils disent qu'il était dans le passé lointain, ou sinon...
What? Well, you see, just as she passes another set of shelves, something catches her eye. What is it?
Everything's fine here. Now on to the next row.
Oh, hello. British kid. Terrifying.
Oh, this is one of my favorites.
Actually, she could just not be British. I don't know. It's the Foundation. I always assume that that the people working at the Foundation are British for some reason.
What is it?
An excellent question, miss. See that serial number on it?
Yeah. Ooh.
AN003. a water sample from the Peilin River, number 003. There are hundreds of thousands of samples, collections, and records here. But no matter who you ask, this particular one will always make their top list.
Why is that?
Collected in a remote city in China. When the investigators arrived, they found that it had been isolated in time. All its inhabitants dressed and lived as if they were from the late Tang Dynasty. They were completely unaware of the state of the world beyond their lands, as if trapped in a time capsule from the forgotten past.
Oh.
The liquid inside the vial is clear and pristine, less like river water and more like a perfectly liquefied gemstone. Matilda can't help but stare in fascination.
But how is that possible? Did no one in the city? Not even to travel or do business?
You're a clever one, miss. Yes, it seems the investigators were confused too. In the end, they realized that an arcane skill was affecting the Peilin River.
Oh.
Sadly, it seems the arcane energy was dissipating by the time they arrived, and they weren't able to figure out its cause. This is the only sample they were able to recover. Laplace has been begging for access to it. They're eager to unravel the mystery.
Fair enough.
Wow, that is indeed a most intriguing claim.
It's not just a claim, miss. It's real. Wait, Miss Matilda Boaniche?
Shocker. She is very, very popular. I know. She's a true lady. The careless young staff member only now seems to have fully recognized Matilda's presence.
You've heard of me?
Who hasn't heard of you, Matilda?
Yeah, of course. Who hasn't heard of the Boaniches and their star investigator daughter? Didn't you know that everyone's been talking about you since you joined the foundation?
She joined the foundation years ago. Probably a decade ago. What the
Actually, my mother and I went to visit you. Oh, but I haven't introduced myself. Constance Scott. I'm a fellow graduate from SPDM.
Constance Scott. Okay.
Of course, now, I'm just a record keeper here.
It doesn't seem like false modesty. Every top student of the SPDM was granted the honor of having their name inscribed in the school's Hall of Fame. Matilda has never once come across the name Scott.
Actually, I've been looking for you as well, Miss Scott. Commissioner Pedra asked me to give this to you.
A letter? What's it about?
I couldn't say, but he had a most unpleasant look about him as he gave it to me. Then he asked me to review my report on the events in San Francisco. Are you all right? Your face has grown quite pale.
I'm fine. I just have a bad feeling I know what I'm about to read.
Oh? Were you expecting some bad news, little guy? Having bid farewell to Matilda, Scott makes her way to a secluded room within the department, letter clutched in her hand. She carefully closes the door behind her, and with one last glance around the room, opens the envelope. A single sheet of paper floats out from within, one carrying a heavy message.
The investigation has been concluded. Unfortunately, their findings were exactly as we feared. The suspect must be apprehended ASAP, and all efforts must be made to retrieve this arcane object before either cause further trouble. You must leave immediately. Her last reported sighting was in Chinatown, Los Angeles.
Oh no. What the fuck's going on? I'm just confused. Chinatown street in the day. Ooh!
Sorry, could you say that again? Ji Ma Wu? And that means paper horse dance? Okay, I got it.
喂，老細，今日仲有冇燒肉啊？揞埋晒啦！今日切條叉燒，整多半隻白切雞啊！
Daddy, look! There's a dragon on the floor! That's totally cool!
Oh, little kid. It looks so cool. People speaking many languages meet and weave around each other on the crowded avenue. Liang wanders among them, stopping every now and then to take it all in.
Welcome to Chinatown. How do you like it?
Yes, It does give me a certain sense of nostalgia. Do you come here often, Miss Poitier?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, outside of work, it's been a while. 3 years or so.
Only once in 3 years? I don't think you can consider that often.
Poitier waves a hand, glancing down the lively streets on either side.
Yeah, well, it's a fun place for a day trip, sure. But things are different when you put on the uniform. Remember that private eye back at the hospital? Joe? You can get an impression about how people see the police around here from him.
You mean that the residents here don't cooperate with the Arcane Affairs Division?
Well, it's complicated. There's a lot of language and cultural barriers. Folks here just don't turn to the police to solve their problems. Even when they do, we feel like we have no idea where to start. The thing that surprised me the most was how arcanists of all kinds and humans live so closely together here. I guess it's the same in China, isn't it? I remember this one time we had a call about a break-in. When we got there, it turned out the shopkeeper was a big white bird as tall as I am. And this other time, we're chasing down a lost puppet for some lame-ass puppeteer. Anyways, so I asked an old lady if she'd seen a doll nearby. You know what she said? Well, I don't know what she said, but she started going off about me being a Laowai. Now give me some credit. I might not speak Chinese, but I do know Laowai means foreigner. So excuse me? Like I'm American, baby. Born and raised.
Sorry.
Liang knows she should remain serious, but she can't help but be tickled by Poitier's indignation. Poitier shoots her a glare, but then heaves a quiet sigh.
That's not even the half of it. The thing is, I don't hate it here. Although I can't say I love Chinatown very much either. To be honest, most of us on the force haven't found a way to make inroads with the people here.
If that's the problem, why don't we try to understand things step by step? Maybe then we can start fresh? We're here anyway.
Liang turns back and examines the archway at the beginning of the road. They have already been in this other world for a while.
Yeah, it's worth a shot. If we're gonna get anywhere, then we'll have to start here. But we need to check another task off our list first.
What was that? Ooh, okay. Alleyway. They cross the street and turn into a narrow alleyway.
Should be right there, down the alley. Feeling excited, rookie? We're about to pay a visit to your favorite director, Noir.
Oh.
Favorite? What? No. I just like the movies, that's all. I've got no specific feelings for the director.
Liang can't hold back her rebuttal, but under Poitier's teasing gaze, she stops herself.
Maybe just a little. I am curious about the mind of the director behind such great movies, but this is strictly a police matter, so I will act with professional self-restraint. Actually, I've made a request with the Vigil's intelligence branch for a file on Director Noah and any related events. We should get it soon.
You've got a file on her already? Feels like you're going a bit overboard, rookie. It wasn't actually the director that called us. Her assistant did. Later on, Noir herself contacted us and said the so-called threat was just a misunderstanding. Normally, we'd leave it at that. There's too much real crime out there to bother with a case where the victim doesn't think anything happened. Still, according to dispatch, the assistant was real spooked over it. The operator got the feeling we should give it a second look, so they kept the file open. But look, this is just a follow-up and an excuse to come down here. So keep your mind on the real mission.
Got it, ma'am.
The scene from the Division of Arcane Affairs yesterday flashes across Liang's mind. After leaving the hospital, they immediately return to report their findings and highlight the dangers lurking behind Chinatown's strange events. But the higher-ups had a different take on things. They always do.
It's been reassigned to the local precinct.
Hmm? Poitier stands in the doorway to the deputy chief's office and shakes her head. Liang immediately catches the subtle shift in her expression.
What's wrong? What does that mean?
Nothing, kid. It's just most of the force aren't trained to deal with arcane crimes. Don't get me wrong. They're good, capable officers, but I'm worried.
You guys are supposed to work on arcane crimes. What the fuck? Why would you give them to someone who is noticeably probably less experienced of handling non... I can't tell if it's raining outside or
If
not.
this was any other case, I'd keep my mouth shut. But come on, this is clearly our department. This case has arcanum all over it.
I agree.
I don't think they know what they're getting into.
For a brief moment, Neither speaks. Then Liang's eyes light up.
Miss Poitier, I have an idea. What if we...
We prioritize Noir's case, which just happens to put us in Chinatown, so there's no harm in asking a few questions about our other investigation. I knew there was a little rebel in you, Liang. You like to bend the rules, just not break them. Am I right?
Not too often. Actually, I think we're obliged to take Miss Noah's case seriously, even if it wouldn't help us with the other case.
Oh.
Please wait a minute. It's my communication device.
Liang pulls out the communication device often criticized by Foundation employees for being too bulky. Poitier leans in to get a better look. Her chameleon comb perched on her chest stretches his neck in curiosity.
SPF-1 portable contact device activated. You've received a new message. Downloading attachment. Download complete. Please check your mailbox.
Message? What's it about?
It's from the intelligence department. They've found her records. Miss Noah is registered with the Foundation. There might be something in her files that can provide us some clues.
She opens the pinned emails and scans through the attached files. Her expression turns serious.
Wait, is this...
What? Don't tell me you're leaving it like that. Oh shit. Did you guys just hear that? Did that call on the audio? That's a thunderstorm, baby. That's a fucking thunderstorm. Oh god. Oh god, that's a thunderstorm night. God. Part 7. Rookie Actor's Guide. That was a loud-ass thunderstorm. That was close by. Noir's set.
Whose is this? It's blocking the camera sightlines. Get it out of the way. When are we coming in? We've been waiting forever. I wish I brought a chair.
What's going on? Are they filming another movie? Do you see anyone famous?
At the end of the alley is an old abandoned house filled with camera equipment. Crew members and actors go about their business, drawing curious glances from passerbys. One particular figure catches Liang's attention, someone strangely familiar.
Oh, is that today's lunch? Mind if I take a look?
Look ahead.
Not now? Fine. That's the odd person I saw at the hospital. She works for the Foundation.
Who? You mean Camerahead over there? What do you mean by odd? You think she could be a fake?
She's just a bit.
No, she's a real Foundation member. I checked her information as well when I inquired about Miss Noah's file. Her name is Latham, an awakened arcanist, currently working in the Arcanum Containment Department. I wasn't given any access to her details, but based on our encounter, we should have no problem with her.
Good. Fine. I'm happy enough leaving the Awakened to their quirkiness.
She isn't their top priority. Liang knows that. She pushes aside that odd feeling for now, following Poitier through the crowd and onto the set.
What do you mean she hasn't eaten yet? Director Noir's doctor was explicit that she's not allowed to skip any meals. Oh, hello, officers. How can I help you?
Your accent is confusing me. The well-dressed woman walks over to them.
We received a call from a Lin Wang. Did you make a report about some unknown person making physical threats and stalking Miss Noir?
Yes, that's right. I'm Lin. But
Upon hearing that their purpose, Lin hesitates, glancing uncertainly over at one end of the set.
We did it! Abby, you're here!
cut.
Oh? At a single command, the actors freeze in place.
No, I'm afraid we'll have to roll that again.
Ooh, hello, lady. Oh, she has a little puppet thing on her shoulder. Oh, it's cute. Look at that. That's an elegant lady right there.
I'm sorry, Director.
It's chill, mate. The young actor's body stiffens instantly. Based on where he's standing, it's clear that he is only a background character in this scene. But Noir, seated on her throne-like wheelchair, the overseer of everything, didn't miss his mistake, no matter how minor it was.
Not at all. I just want more emotion this time. She's your true love, but you have been apart for a long time. Things are different now. She is. You are.
Oh, it's raining.
Your reunion must be more complex. It isn't simply happiness you feel. You must mix that emotion with worry and guilt. She doesn't know anything about what happened to you. You can't help but worry that she will never be able to understand you. You wonder if she has got herself into any troubles. I know this is a short scene, but the audience must see a full range of emotions. You are capable of more, so be more. I know you attended drama school, so let's see that training shine. I know you can do it.
I like the VA, how the VA is
Yes, Director!
doing this.
I will try my best!
Simply being noticed by the famous director is enough to leave him visibly flustered. He immediately straightens up, shedding his nervous stance from moments before.
Good. Let's roll it again.
Excuse me, Director Noir.
Seizing this moment before the next take, the assistant swoops in and whispers something to Noir. ... Noir glances towards the two officers, her face betraying no emotions. It's impossible to tell what she's thinking.
For someone that famous, you think I'd have known she uses a wheelchair. How you feeling? Finally getting a chance to meet your favorite director. Thrilled?
Poitier nudges Liang with her elbow, tilting forward a little as she teases her. When she sees Liang's face, she pauses.
What's with the long face, kid? Where'd all your excitement go? Oh, is it about the message you got?
Yes. It's just something that's bothering me.
Before Liang can explain, the subject of their discussion rolls towards them in her wheelchair.
Thanks for coming, officers. But I believe I've already explained that this was all just a misunderstanding. As you can see, I'm in perfect health. Well, ignoring these two.
She pats her legs with a cheerful laugh. It seems the director has no qualms about her physical condition. It is hardly the kind of joke anyone else can comfortably laugh along to.
But according to your assistant, there's been someone stalking you for months. And they've recently sent you a threatening letter. So what? That all just misunderstandings too?
I'm terribly sorry for inconveniencing you, officers. Lin is a very dedicated assistant, always looking out for me. She may have just overreacted to my situation.
And what is the situation? Can you explain that?
I don't mean to brag, but I've been in the limelight for long enough that I've seen my share of crazy fans. I'm used to it.
She's so fucking pretty. She's so pretty.
Sure, I get that. But about that letter you received, do you still have it?
Just so then we can close the case, you know. Noir lets out a weary chuckle and shakes her head.
I'm afraid I don't have it anymore. I received so many letters, most of them friendly, some of them not so much friendly. I've made a name in this industry, and a few enemies
Ah,
too.
slice down!
If I paid any attention to the negativity, it'd only drag me down.
I'm sorry, I'm
I
getting
tend not to
distracted.
keep the bad ones around. While I'm sure you would do a fine job keeping me safe, officers, I can't let myself worry over it. Besides, what are they going to do? Break my kneecaps? Frankly, the only thing I am worried about is that your presence is another distraction for my crew.
That's fair enough. She casts a grateful and perhaps apologetic look around the set.
So, it's very much appreciated that you went out of your way to check in on me.
Oh, how she does
But
for
I
her.
have a movie to make. I can't disappoint my fans. Now, if you'll excuse me, we're burning daylight and I still have 4 more scenes to film. These Hollywood producers may have opened doors for me, but they also give me so many problems lately.
She smiles at the officers as if to signal a conversation's end.
Is this really just because of her movie?
Noir has already begun to turn her wheelchair away, but Liang stops her in her tracks.
Pardon me?
You seem to be refusing our assistance because you've decided this threat is only a harmless prank. You've decided that it's worth the risk to focus on your film. I don't mean to judge your decision. It may be understandable in some cases.
She moves closer, lowering her voice as she leans in to deliver the next sentence in a hushed voice.
But if this threat is not just a prank, if it is serious,
Am I sensing disapproval?
Noir narrows her eyes a little and raises a hand to hold her approaching assistant. This is a good sign. Liang has earned the chance to talk for at least a little longer. She pushes aside her conflicting emotions and carries on in a voice only the two of them can hear.
there has been an increase in patients coming from Chinatown showing signs of mental instability. Their symptoms include confusion, amnesia, drowsiness, and volatile anger. None of the patients seem to have anything in common. No prior history, all without a clear cause. Does that sound familiar?
Sorry. Is this leading somewhere?
After a moment of thought, Noir shakes her head, her calm face carrying a perfectly measured hint of confusion.
A case. 8 years ago. He Rijun, the scriptwriter for your first big hit, Detective CO7. She burned to death in her own house. However, the cleaners found a film reel in the debris, surprisingly intact after the fire.
Now that got her attention. Ugh. Liang has been watching Noir's every expression. She doesn't miss the fleeting shifts in her eyes, the mention of the film reel.
Strange, isn't it? Every other item was burnt to ash, yet this one 8mm reel was as good as new. The cleaners felt the same way. So, being curious, they played the reel. 3 of the 5 who watched it ended up in an asylum. 1 jumped from a building, and the last, according to the reports, became like an empty shell of the person.
And what's happening here reminds you of that?
There are some commonalities between the cases. I can't ignore the possibility that they are related. 2 in particular stand out to me. The similar symptoms of those affected. And you, hard to shake the thought that these are not coincidences.
Whispers spark among the crew as they eye their secret conversation.
What are the police still here for? Are we gonna get back to filming? Who knows? but it doesn't seem good. We are losing light here. Can these guys wrap it up already?
These murmurs, of course, don't escape Noir's and Liang's notice. When she speaks again, Noir's tone is far more direct.
Is that an accusation? No, not at all. I'm just hoping you might be able to shed some light on our case.
There's some grumbling.
After our initial investigation, we officially recorded it as an ominous Arcanum incident and determined that the cause was that 8mm film reel, which contained a film titled Reunion of the Three Swallows. To this day, however, the exact nature of the Arcanum hasn't been conclusively determined. We still aren't sure why it has this strange effect on people's minds, nor why the damage appears to be irreversible. Perhaps more importantly, we still don't know the origin behind the Arcanum on the reel. There are many possible causes that might create such an effect. One of the most common thought is from absorbing power from an Arcanist. The darkest emotions possess the strongest power. Anger, hatred, emotions so strong that they can outlast their bearer's death. Like a curse from beyond the grave, carrying out their last will as an obsession. And in such cases, these objects are sure to lead to disaster. I believe that this film is, undoubtedly, one such cursed item. If it is the case that this film was involved in these new incidents, then we must find out what obsession it's carrying out and find a countermeasure.
I assume you're already on the case.
Indeed, I am, Miss Noah. I've been studying the report on the original case, including some of the theories of the original investigator. One of the theories suggests that, despite your collaboration on the CO7 series, there were many points of conflict between you and Miss He. In fact, the reports mention you had a violent quarrel with her on the day of the fire. There was even a question about whether you might have been responsible for her death. So, as you can see, I have more than a strong reason to believe you are connected. And if this cursed reel is behind these recent incidents, I'm afraid that you may be the intended target of this curse.